All right, so in this video, I have a look at the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1 Low. This is known as Better With Time. I love the box. First of all, I like the Bike Air branding on it. And it does say Air Jordan 1 Retro LW OG Nitro on the box. And I also like on the top of the lid has the BMX bike. So if you didn't know, Nigel Sylvester is an interesting one. Like he is in all aspects of the word, like a professional like BMX rider, but he's not one in the traditional sense. Comes with some extra lace as well in black and in red. And what I mean is he's not one that you've seen on X Games too much, as far as I know. Like I've never seen Nigel compete in like metal events. But he's one of those dudes that rides and documents his rides in the street. A couple years ago, he signed a deal with Jordan1, which is a very interesting partnership because usually like brand athletes are the ones that, bring home the gold medals and whatnot. But in Nigel's space, he didn't bring home the medals or anything like that. He's kind of in his own lane and he's kind of for the culture. And I believe that is why he's so successful with his collaborations with Jordan Brand. The Air Jordan 4 Brick by Brick was like probably one of the best collabs of the year. I'm sure we'll see it on Complex's list of like top 5 or whatever releases. And it was a very impactful pair of Air Jordan 4s. I also like the storytelling that they put on behind the models. So in this one, it says Better With Time, and you can see there's a lot of scuffs all over the shoe just right out of the box. And I don't know if it's exactly the same on each pair, but I like that they kind of scuffed up the leather a little bit here and there. And part of the reason why they did that, I guess it's a nod to like Nigel BMXing, but not actually using his brakes. He uses his footwear to brake and stop and whatever. And so, there's going to be some natural progression of some scuffs and stuff. Also, there's the vintage look on this model as well. So you have the vintage midsole. You also have kind of a vintage swoosh on the outside and then also one on the inside. The swoosh on the outside though is actually just fused on, and the one on the inside is a regular swoosh. But I do like the kind of like just different look to the shoe in general. You have the little swoosh down here in front that is embroidered, and then also you have the Wings logo on the back, but again it is kind of fused on with a little silhouette around the wings, as well as like on the swoosh on the side it does have like a little silhouette outline in silver. So kind of cool there. Bike Air branding on the tongue. Also it does say Bike Air on the insole, and you do have that kind of powdered finish on the bottom of the red outsole. And I think that the color combination that you get on this one is pretty awesome. So you get the red on the outsole, red on the Bike Air on the tongue on the insole, but for the rest of the shoe, it's a black upper, just black leather panels for everything except for the swooshes, as I mentioned. And then the tongue is done in the cream color, and then you do have the cream color in the laces, cream on the midsole as well. But again, you do have black laces you could swap to. I think the red laces would actually set it off pretty nice because of just the subtle accents of the red. Oh, and one other detail, it does say Jordan Biking Co. established in 2017. So that's when he signed on with Jordan Brand. I like that they actually add that to the collar. Some of the original Air Jordans had some branding right here on the collar as well. So I like that they kind of did a little bit of a nod to that. But really, like, what do you guys think about this collaboration? I feel like this is kind of a sleeper as of right now because the price point on these on the open market is actually pretty affordable. So I will link them in the description. It will take you over to Kicks Crew. If you guys use that link, use my code heskicks15 and it will get you guys $15 off of your final purchase. So I recommend trying it out if you guys haven't used them thus far. It's only for first time purchases, although I guess you can create a second account if you really had to. But any which way, you can go on there, use the heskicks15 and it'll give you $15 off. Basically, it'll just save you on the extra shipping because the shipping cost is kind of extreme. Now, most of the sourcing that they provide is usually from overseas. So I did want to point that out. I didn't get hit with any fees or anything like that from like FedEx. Like I did have this happen on one pair of shoes that I got sent to me for free, but I didn't get any fees or anything associated with the purchase of these shoes. However, sometimes the shipping is a little bit delayed. So I just wanted to call that out because I feel like there's a lot of issues right now with overseas shipping. So I'm sure that's going to get worked out, but just pointing it out, you could get an extended delay on some of your products. And if you are waiting, then just email their customer support and see what the status is of shipping. I had to do that as well. And then it actually ended up showing up the next week. So happy to say that that was the situation for them. But this is a crazy one, man. I really do like the look of it. I think the storytelling is really good on the shoe. The leather material feels pretty nice as well. It's a little bit soft, a little bit buttery. But it's nice to see the Bike Air branding on the shoe. And as somebody that was a BMX kid, like I love to see like something like this come to fruition and have a Nigel be able to create multiple pairs within Jordan Brand. And a lot of the stuff he's created really sticks. Like I think this is a really great looking colorway, even though the Jordan 1 lows are not as desirable as they once were a couple years ago. Given the price point, I mean, 165 I think was retail. Like you can get these like $50 over retail or whatever, close to that. Like I think it's a good pickup. I mean, it's definitely a different pair. It's not like a standard pair of Air Jordan 1s, and I like the BMX inspiration behind it again. If you guys BMX as a kid, leave a comment, let me know. Like I used to have an Elf double cross bike, and it was such a crazy bike for me. Like I was so stoked that I got it. And actually, I traded a buddy for that one because I had a Skyway, which is like a crazy like brand that you don't hear about very often. I mean, you have your Mongoose and your GTs and Diamondbacks and stuff, but this I had a Skyway and then I had an Elf double cross, and I was like so stoked on that. Like basically, it was like the perfect like era because I didn't have any money, so like I just traded things here and there that I could to just piece that bike together from every little bit. Like the handlebars and the forks, and trying to get 3-piece cranks back in the day was like such a big deal for the pedals and stuff. I don't know. It was just a great moment in time. And I have fond memories of BMXing when I was a kid. It was my only transportation. We'd spend all summer BMXing and hitting the dirt park and stuff like that. But anyway, I think that it's cool that you have collaborations like these. And I like this colorway. It's one that you can wear casually, obviously, very, very easily. The color blocking is excellent. And I was happy that I was able to pick up a pair of them for just a little bit over retail, not too crazy of a price point. So again, if you guys are interested in buying them, I'll link them in the description. I don't usually buy like sneakers on the open market. If I strike out, I strike out. But there's a couple pairs of them that I picked up from Kicks Crew that I was like, you know what, I really like this model. I do want to get it before like prices get out of control, like in 3 to 5 years or whatever. And I like the idea of being able to get it closer to the release, so I know it's more authentic and whatnot as well. So any which way, we'll leave it at that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the quick look at the Nigel Sylvester bike airs. And yeah, appreciate y'all for stopping in and watching. Have a good one. Hopefully see you back on the channel for some more content. All right, peace guys.